Today, the team and I adventure over the levee into one of Louisiana's interesting historical sites from the past. Not only will you get a chance to know its history, but you will also get a glimpse into a group of homeless campsites all around the area. And a look into two other abandoned amusement parks in New Orleans, Louisiana. What if I told you New Orleans, Louisiana had 3 amusement parks in the past? The first one being Six Flags, also known as Jazzland, that is located in New Orleans East and sits abandoned. Just about every single person knows the history on what happened to the Six Flags. If not, well, Hurricane Katrina wiped it out in August 2005 and has sit dormant for an upcoming 18 years this August of 2023. Why hasn't it been demolished if it was that long ago? There are many reasons why, just to name a few. The city is broke and can't afford, as it costs millions of dollars to demolish the whole entire park. Another reason may be developers have no interest in buying the property after Hurricane Katrina. Makes that area Six Flags sits on pointless to build on. I'm sure there are many more reasons to list, but that's the 2 right off the top of my head. Feel free to add your thoughts on my list in the comments section. So the park will sit dormant until there's nothing left but the ground it sits on. The second amusement park is known as Pontchartrain Beach, located in New Orleans, Louisiana on the south shore of Lake Pontchartrain. It opened on Saturday, June 30th, 1928 and was founded by Harry J. Bader Sr. and later managed and owned by his 2 sons at the time. During its first few weeks opened to the public, the park had very few rides, places to eat, and things to do. By the 1930s, the Pontchartrain Beach saw an increase of people, which caused an expansion by adding more rides, more places to eat, arcades, a giant swimming pool, and the most notable ride, the Zephyr, which was a roller coaster. Lots of people loved to ride the Zephyr. If you asked anyone who went what ride they loved the most, they would probably say the Zephyr. Another notable place was the Baja Tiki style restaurant. It had all kinds of food. You name it, they probably had it. By the 1950s and 60s, Pontchartrain Beach expanded once again and had everything. Live music played by local New Orleans. Elvis Presley even showed up along with a few other popular stars. It was the place for you and your kids to get out and have a great time. But with that being said, it also had a dark side to it. It was for whites only. This was during the time of segregation, meaning it would not allow African Americans inside the park. Which brings me to the final amusement park in New Orleans, Louisiana. This is known as Lincoln Beach. The land Lincoln Beach sits on was donated by a man named Sam the Banana Man Zemery in 1938. By 1939, the land was sold to Orleans Levee Board to make room for an all-blacks beach. The Levees Board began to design the amusement park by adding a swimming pool, very few rides such as a roller coaster, Ferris wheel, and other rides. There was also 2 arcade buildings, one on each side of the park, places to eat, and whatever else the park had in store during that time period. Once the park was ready to go, it opened up summer of 1939. If you're wondering how Lincoln Beach got its name from, after President Abraham Lincoln. This is because Sam the Banana Man Zemery said, he mandated that Segregation Shore be named after the great emancipator. Lincoln Beach wasn't as fancy as Pontchartrain Beach, but it still had everything they needed to have fun. The park even attracted musicians like Nat King Cole, Sam Cooke, Little Richard, and local artists such as Fats Dominoes, Louis Armstrong, Arma Thomas, and a few others. On July 2, 1964, a bill arrived and ended segregation. Pontchartrain Beach was then open for everyone, no matter what color you are. The Pontchartrain Beach began to grow even more after segregation ended. This caused Pontchartrain Beach to add more rides and other fun activities. In 1965, Lincoln Beach became abandoned, leaving behind its history of what it once was. When I was there in summer of 2021, the place was overgrown, wildlife has returned, and homeless have even taken over the place to live. No one has really maintained the area in 56 years. People still come out to Lincoln Beach, hop the levee, to hang out, to have a picnic, and do whatever. So summer of 2021, a group of volunteers came out to Lincoln Beach to clean up the area in hopes of one day restoring it back to its full glory. The volunteers have even reached out to the city of New Orleans for help and funds to reopen. There have been meetings and ongoing talks about bringing it back. But the city is uncertain on what to do due to how dangerous it is out there and other safety guidelines that must be followed. So fast forward 2 years later, and here we are, summer of 2023. Lincoln Beach is still in the process of being cleaned up and worked on by volunteers. Lots of overgrowth, trash, and other things have been picked up. The park is cleaner and nicer than the last time I was there in summer of 2021. The city still hasn't made any updates if they're going to help them out or what, so the group of volunteers have decided to take work into their own hands and not wait for the city, and they'll do whatever they can. So only time will tell if Lincoln Beach will ever reopen again to the public. Now let's explore what is left of Lincoln Beach. This was the Lincoln Beach sign you're looking at. Also, this was the parking lot at one point. This is a bird's eye view of the parking lot. It's now a jungle. If you wanted to get into Lincoln Beach, you would have to cross the boulevard with upcoming vehicles and go under a train tunnel that is now flooded. I think I found the most unique, best graffiti in this entire place. So here's the most unique graffiti in this entire place. Before we explore what's left of Lincoln Beach, we came across a homeless campsite. And what we saw was pretty interesting. I think that was the wind.
I think there's like water. There's like water pots in here.
Yeah. Hello, hello. Hello, hello. Hello. There's nobody here.
You see anything?
No, there's a lot of stuff here, but I don't see no one here.
Nobody?
Hello, hello. No.
Jesus. Oh, this is what's up. Man, they got like a whole community living back in here.
Yeah.
Good Lord.
They got food back here. Christmas light. Oh.
Dude, my feet.
Mine are wet too.
I feel like non-existent.
Hello, hello. Hello, hello. Anyone? There's a tree house here.
Beautiful shot, beautiful shot. What's coming up like this?
Who?
Like, man.
Wait, what's up?
I was like, that's a beautiful shot. I caught you coming up like this, and I kind of slid it behind the trees. You'll see when I make the video.
Look at all the supplies they got back here. Walkie-talkie. Chairs. Clothes. Everything. The bow right here.
Have eaten not to
They got everything here.
the mess and stuff that you need.
Lots of it. Here's all their food.
A mini grocery store.
Yeah, it does look like a mini roof.
Blankets, chairs, water over there.
We got a lot.
An umbrella. Okay, of course you need an umbrella. I've been working on the chicken. I'm not eating the chicken because let's take showers.
I think this is a shower. There's a razor down at the bottom.
And there's a container with a Hawaiian thing on it.
Is there a ladder?
Yep.
Oh, there is. Anything interesting?
Just the view. Mosquitoes are bad up here. Come on up. So here's an upper view of the homeless camp that we're at. It's a better view up here. You can see the beach somewhat from the distance. It's like they have a diving board right here. And there's a train in the distance, as you can hear. Hey, we're recording each other. Alright, I think we've seen enough of the treehouse. Let's get down. This is the other side of the tunnel that leads outside to the parking lot in Lincoln Beach. But once you come in, you can go either left or right. That would bring you to different rides from the park. After taking a peek at the homeless campsite, we ran into another interesting spot that looks like a maintenance storage area for volunteers to store their tools and whatever else. Brand new lights. And then there's a tripod up here. As we adventure further into Lincoln Beach's site, we came across what I believe to be the ruins of an arcade room back in the day. This is just one of two you're seeing. If you happen to come here as a kid or know anyone who went here back in the day, please feel free to share the memories here in the comments section. The second one looks exactly the same as the first. You're looking at a bird's eye view of it in the middle of your screen. Subscribe to Nola Deej.
Subscribe to Deadly Knot.
Hopefully I don't get washed away. As we were making our way to where the pool once was, me and Rick ran into an alligator that was roaming the shores of Lincoln Beach.
Dude, that's an alligator.
He's going underwater.
Oh, he's scared. He's scared. He went underwater. That's a baby one. Wait, don't they like go underwater and then they pop back up?
Sometimes. I don't know where he went.
How long can they stay down there?
A long time.
It's like Jaws, you know? People swimming in the water.
Jeez.
I could buy a new leg.
Yeah, you could. You really could. You can get a titanium one.
Dude, there it. Oh.
If you look to the right hand of your screen, this was once a platform you could walk on and get under for shade. It also had showers for you to wash your feet so you wouldn't get sand into the giant community pool. In the middle of your screen where you see those trees, that was the community pool. This pool was extremely big and long. This is what the pool looked like before. And this is what it looks like today. The pool was later filled in, and now Mother Nature has reclaimed what is hers.
I'm still up to going to that house you talking about.
The future for the 3 abandoned amusement parks in New Orleans, Louisiana are pretty much a no-go to bring back. No matter how hard we try to bring them back, the city seems to never listen to its people on what they want and need for their community. It's always the city's way, yet we pay our taxes and they use that money for other things. Still, that's unacceptable. That's why we need to take action into our own hands and bring back places like Lincoln Beach, Pontchartrain Beach, or whatever. I'd like to thank you all for watching. Be sure to like, share this video with your friends, family, and community groups. And I'll be sure to see you in the next one. And have a great day.